Imagine the common beliefs about getting older are mistaken. Picture a reality where the joint aches, persistent tiredness, and weakening vitality, often brushed off by physicians as inevitable, could actually be avoided. At 91, I enjoy a life without any prescription drugs, cherish my self-sufficiency, and possess the health indicators of an individual decades younger. Just a couple of years back, my physician was astonished at my yearly physical. My lab work revealed a wellness level typical of someone in their late 50s. When he inquired about my methods, I shared the 5 straightforward daily rituals I've diligently practiced for many years. These are not complex medical procedures or costly therapies. They are simple routines that harmonize with your body's inherent cycles, and anyone can begin them as soon as tomorrow. While acquaintances much younger than me contend with multiple medicines and require help for everyday activities, I thrive with complete autonomy. Here's a striking fact: the third practice demands just under 5 minutes daily. Astonishingly, 88% of older adults overlook it. This one neglect deprives them of a crucial chance to safeguard their thinking abilities and mental acuity. The deterioration isn't apparent right away, which is why it's so frequently ignored until significant harm is done. These 5 rituals extend beyond mere well-being. They aim to secure your autonomy, protect your self-respect, and guarantee your later life is vibrant, not diminished. The contrast between aging with elegance and enduring daily hardship frequently hinges on your actions in the initial 60 minutes post-awakening. Strategic morning fluid intake, the cornerstone of tissue wellness. Each night during slumber, your system expels roughly 32 ounces of fluid via normal breathing and skin moisture release. Nevertheless, a majority of seniors awaken and opt for coffee, tea, or similar drinks that can intensify their fluid deficit. This apparently benign habit triggers a sequence of issues impacting everything from joint suppleness to cognitive performance, and it's entirely avoidable with an easy, brief morning observance. The link between morning fluid shortage and hastened aging is substantial and well supported by science. Investigators at the Mayo Clinic Research Institute found that even slight fluid depletion reduces brain performance by 25% and elevates inflammatory signals by 28% in adults over 63. This is more than just feeling parched. It concerns your body's core capacity to operate at its best. When you commence your day with insufficient fluids, you are essentially impairing every bodily system from the moment you arise. Take Sophia, a 79-year-old woman who endured persistent daily head discomfort and unsteadiness for a long time. Her medical team suggested various remedies and drugs, yet none offered enduring comfort. The pivotal moment arrived when she realized that ongoing morning fluid lack was the primary origin of her distress. Within a few weeks of adopting correct morning hydration habits, her head discomfort vanished, her vigor increased, and her overall life quality improved immensely. The bodily effects of morning fluid deficit reach well past mere unease. When you lack proper fluids, the lubricating substance in your joints becomes denser, heightening rubbing and deterioration with each action. This directly leads to the morning itchiness that numerous seniors assume is unavoidable. Concurrently, your brain cells depend on adequate hydration to sustain electrical signaling and effectively clear metabolic byproducts gathered during sleep. Without sufficient morning fluids, these harmful residues linger in brain matter longer, fostering the mental haze that affects many individuals' mornings and possibly quickening long-term cognitive deterioration. The remedy is surprisingly uncomplicated, yet the timing and technique are vital for optimal results. Before retiring each evening, ready a 12-ounce glass of water at ambient temperature with a very small dash of unrefined salt. Position it on your bedside table to be the first item you notice upon waking. Consume this entire glass instantly when you awaken, prior to any coffee, tea, or food. The ambient temperature is key as your system can process it faster than chilled water, and the minimal salt quantity aids cellular uptake via a mechanism known as osmotic regulation. This isn't about increasing water consumption throughout the day, although that is certainly helpful. The distinct benefit arises from correcting your overnight fluid loss immediately before ingesting any other items that could obstruct hydration. For individuals who find plain water unappealing first thing, a tiny bit of fresh lemon juice is fine, but steer clear of any sugars or additives that might provoke insulin activity and disrupt your morning metabolic state. The results of this practice are both swift and progressive. In a matter of days, most individuals observe less joint discomfort and sharper thinking within weeks. The advantages frequently encompass enhanced digestion, more consistent energy, and even better skin suppleness as the body's fluid levels return to normal. I have kept this ritual faithfully for close to 2 decades, and it reshaped my mornings when I adopted it at age 72. Your cells are currently lacking fluids. Do not let another morning go by without providing what they urgently require. circadian-synced sunlight resetting your body's master rhythm. Your system houses a sophisticated internal timing mechanism that directs everything from hormone balance to immune defense. And it can be thoroughly thrown off by neglecting one vital morning opportunity. The UCLA Sleep Disorder Center has established that merely a good 12 minutes of morning sun exposure realigns circadian patterns and elevates serotonin levels by 38% in older individuals. Conversely, a University of Michigan study indicated that foregoing this essential morning sunlight raises depression likelihood by 65% and disturbs sleep regularity within mere days. The scientific basis for this is both compelling and useful. Dawn sunlight possesses particular light frequencies that activate specialized sensors in your retinas known as photosensitive retinal ganglion cells. These cells then transmit messages to your brain's central clock in the hypothalamus, initiating numerous biological functions. This carefully timed light affects hormone secretion, body heat control, digestive enzyme activity, and more than 140 other bodily functions that shape how you feel and operate all day. David, an 81-year-old gentleman, had grappled with sleep difficulties and used medication for an extended period. His approach seemed logical: daily strolls for exercise and outdoor air. Yet he took these walks in the afternoon, completely oblivious that morning light has fundamentally distinct biological consequences compared to light absorbed later. When he moved his walks to the morning within half an hour of waking, he managed to stop his sleep medication completely. His change highlights how timing can surpass the activity itself in importance. Lacking adequate morning sun exposure, your brain keeps producing the sleep hormone longer than necessary, fostering a detrimental pattern of poor sleep, heightened inflammation, and quicker aging. This imbalance influences much more than just your nighttime sleep quality. Your circadian pattern impacts blood pressure management, immune system strength, and even your body's efficiency in processing food nutrients. Research from Cornell University has shown that seniors with irregular circadian cycles exhibit notably faster rates of muscle deterioration and cognitive impairment versus those with steady daily rhythms. Implementing this habit is simple but demands regularity and correct execution. Go outdoors within 30 minutes of waking and spend a good 12 minutes in natural morning brightness, even if it's overcast. The crucial detail many overlook is to avoid eyewear like glasses or contacts during this time if feasible, as these materials can block some specific light waves needed for circadian recalibration. The light must pass through your eyes to be effective. Skin contact alone will not adjust your internal timer. If severe weather makes outdoor time impossible, sitting by a window offers some effect, though it's about half as potent as direct outdoor brightness. For those in far northern areas with scarce winter sun, a medical quality light therapy device specifically for circadian adjustment can be a useful alternative. Although natural light is always best when accessible, the benefits of this practice build up, leading to increasingly consistent sleep-wake patterns that bolster every health aspect. Within a week of regular morning light, most seniors notice easier sleep onset and more revitalized awakenings. Within a month, many find improvements in mood, vitality, and digestive consistency as their internal rhythms stabilize. Your body's internal timepiece awaits tomorrow's light signal. Ensure you don't overlook this vital window once more. The 5-minute cognitive jumpstart sequence safeguarding your mental agility. Every morning, your brain risks losing thousands of neural pathways unless you take deliberate steps to counter this decline. This is not hyperbole or an attempt to frighten. It's grounded in robust neurological studies on brain adaptability in maturing adults. The striking insight is that a brief, under 5-minute morning exercise can not only halt this deterioration but potentially reverse it. Yet 88% of seniors disregard this chance, missing the most critical period for cognitive upkeep. Neuroscientists at Stanford University School of Medicine have found that cognitive activation exercises done right after waking boost neural flexibility by 35% and enhance executive capabilities throughout the day. The early morning period offers a singular and vital chance for brain conditioning because your neural systems are most receptive as you shift from sleep to alertness. This heightened receptivity is due to increased levels of a crucial protein, often dubbed brain fertilizer, for neurons, which is highest soon after waking and wanes as the day progresses. Helen, an 83-year-old woman, exemplified this principle's effectiveness during her recovery from joint replacement surgery. While her physical rehabilitation was delayed, she continued her morning mental exercises. Despite being in a high-risk phase for cognitive issues often linked with major operations and reduced mobility in seniors, her mental faculties stayed keen and even sharpened during her recuperation. Her story illustrates that mental workouts can preserve brain health even through physically taxing times. The harm from neglecting morning brain engagement builds a progressive shortfall that speeds up cognitive weakening and elevates dementia likelihood by 26%, as per long-term research from the Duke University Aging Center. Each dawn presents a key moment to stimulate your brain's adaptive systems, either constructively through focused activity or detrimentally through passive states that don't encourage neural development. The deceptive aspect of this harm is its initial invisibility, which is exactly why many seniors overlook this practice until cognitive shifts become obvious, by which time considerable neural connections are already diminished. The answer is the Fast 5 Morning Mind Challenge. Address one straightforward logic puzzle, vividly recall one specific past event, learn 3 new pieces of information like words or facts, and mentally map out your day, all achieved in under 5 minutes. This specific blend activates various brain areas concurrently, fostering what brain scientists term interconnectedness, which bolsters overall cognitive strength. The logic puzzle engages your reasoning networks. Memory work fortifies hippocampal pathways vital for data retention. Acquiring new information broadens knowledge centers. And planning engages executive functions in your brain's frontal lobe. The specific brief duration is supported by findings that short, focused mental effort is more beneficial than prolonged, disengaged activities. For effective use, have your items ready the previous night. This could be a puzzle from a book, a prompt like, describe your 25th birthday in detail, 3 new vocabulary items with their meanings, and a simple planning exercise where you mentally review your day's intended tasks. The cognitive defense this habit offers is both instant and cumulative. Within hours, users feel enhanced mental focus and quicker decision-making. Within weeks, consistent practitioners note improved recall and greater cognitive self-assurance. Within months, the routine cultivates quantifiable gains in cognitive capacity, the brain's ability to offset age-related alterations or minor impairments. I have followed this practice since I was 68 and attribute a large part of my sustained mental sharpness at 91 to it. Your brain's neural links strengthen or weaken with every morning's choices. Ensure you're reinforcing them tomorrow. Strategic mobility flow movement that nurtures, not injures. Most seniors unintentionally compromise their autonomy by adhering to outmoded morning exercise suggestions that actually worsen joint deterioration in individuals over 68. Conventional stretching regimens were formulated for younger physiques and can be actively detrimental to mature joints and tissues. Studies from the Cleveland Clinic Institute reveal a stark difference. Executing unsuitable morning motions elevates inflammation by 29%, whereas a focused 7-minute mobility flow lessens discomfort and rigidity by 40% in merely a fortnight. This significant variance arises because aging connective tissues demand a fundamentally distinct movement philosophy that honors their altered biological state. After age 68, collagen structures become less hydrated and more intertwined, meaning they require gentle, gradual warming instead of the forceful stretching frequently advocated in fitness media aimed at younger demographics. The common advice to stretch it out can, in fact, cause micro-trauma in older adults, hastening the very joint issues you aim to avoid. George, an 88-year-old man, offers a compelling illustration of this idea. He had been consistently performing a stretching routine from his younger years, unaware it was worsening his mobility issues and increasing his reliance on a walking aid. Upon substituting his detrimental morning practice with the strategic flow I will outline, he managed to reduce his dependence on the walker and recover functional self-reliance. His recovery shows how appropriate movements can restore capability, while incorrect ones speed up decline. Typical morning stretches such as deep forward bends and quick neck rotations inflict considerable micro-trauma on older adults. Bending deeply forward overstrains spinal discs already dehydrated with age, while swift neck motions can affect blood supply through vertebral arteries commonly narrowed in seniors. Even apparently mild actions like seated twists can generate harmful shearing on spinal facet joints if done immediately upon waking before tissues are properly warmed. The answer is the core to extremity mobility flow: gentle torso rotations, seated hip flexions, supported spinal extensions, controlled partial squats, and foot-ankle mobilizations, all completed before breakfast. This flow adheres to a sound physiological sequence that first elevates core temperature and directs blood to large muscle groups before gently exploring joint range. The sequence is vital as it respects how mature bodies need to warm up progressively and methodically. Start with seated torso rotations, keeping arms loose and making small, gradually widening twists for 30 seconds. This stimulates upper body circulation without straining spinal joints. Move to seated hip flexions, alternately raising your knees while on a stable chair for 1 minute to activate core support and boost lower body circulation. Transition to supported spinal extensions, perhaps leaning back gently over the back of a chair or using a wall for 30 seconds to counteract habitual forward lean. Proceed with controlled partial squats, holding a stable surface and bending knees only to a comfortable depth for 1 minute. This engages your body's largest muscles and safely promotes metabolic function. Conclude with seated foot and ankle mobilizations, extending each leg and circling the foot in both directions for 30 seconds per side to enhance lower limb circulation and ankle flexibility, crucial for balance. Your joint wellness is significantly shaped by your movements in the first half hour after rising. Most seniors observe immediate relief from morning rigidity within the initial days of adopting this flow. Within a fortnight, the cumulative effects typically involve better posture, less discomfort with everyday tasks, and greater confidence in moving. After a month of consistent application, many report notable functional gains in activities previously causing trouble, like entering and exiting vehicles or reaching upwards. This mobility flow has been central to my physical autonomy since my late 80s, enabling me to manage daily tasks that many contemporaries gave up years ago. Protein priority nourishment plan, energizing muscle upkeep. The breakfast you have tomorrow will either safeguard your muscle integrity or hasten its decline by 20%, irrespective of your total protein intake for the rest of the day. This insight from studies in the New England Journal of Medicine upends traditional dietary advice that emphasizes overall daily quantities over strategic intake periods. The reality is, especially for adults over 68, when you consume protein is as critical as how much. Nutrition experts at Cornell University's Division of Nutritional Sciences have found that protein scheduling, not merely the amount, dictates whether seniors preserve muscle or face accelerated muscle wasting. After age 58, your body develops what is termed anabolic unresponsiveness, meaning you require both greater protein amounts and more carefully timed protein to effectively support muscle. Most seniors have their largest protein serving at their evening meal, when the body's muscle building capacity is waning, while opting for a carbohydrate-rich breakfast when muscle synthesis potential is highest. Clara, an 89-year-old woman, is a striking case of this principle. She faced 2 years of diminishing strength and growing frailty, despite believing her diet was nutritious. Her turnaround occurred when she simply altered when and how she ingested protein. She had been consuming a standard breakfast of cereal, juice, and coffee, a prevalent pattern offering minimal support for aging muscles. Within months of adopting precise protein timing, she halted her strength loss and regained functional abilities she thought were gone for good. The usual senior breakfast often leads to undesirable blood sugar swings that heighten inflammation, speed up muscle degradation, and impair cognitive ability for the entire day. Commencing your day with predominantly carbohydrate foods initiates an insulin surge that actually hinders your body's fat-burning capability for several hours. More importantly, it fails to deliver the vital amino acids needed in the morning when your muscle cells are most open to growth cues. For seniors, this overlooked chance is especially detrimental because the anabolic opportunity, the period when muscles are optimally ready for protein utilization, shrinks with each decade. Your body grows increasingly particular about when it will utilize protein intake, making the morning period absolutely essential for muscle defense. Neglecting this opportunity doesn't just mean you aren't building muscle, it means you're actively losing it faster. The strategy is to ingest at least about 28 grams of superior, quality protein within 30 minutes of finishing your morning mobility flow, focusing on sources like eggs, Greek-style yogurt, or a protein beverage perhaps with added collagen. This particular quantity is derived from studies indicating seniors need approximately this much high-grade protein in one serving to counter age-related anabolic unresponsiveness and promote muscle protein creation. Distributing smaller quantities over the day is markedly less potent than this focused morning intake. The timing post-mobility flow is deliberate and scientifically supported. Gentle physical activity boosts blood supply to muscles, preparing them to use protein more effectively. Practically, this could be 3 eggs with a side of cottage cheese, Greek-style yogurt fortified with protein powder, or a shake with whey or plant-based protein plus collagen, which offers specific amino acids beneficial for joint and skin wellness. It's important to avoid pairing this protein with high-sugar carbohydrates like pastries or very sweet fruits, which can diminish the muscle-preserving benefits. Your body's prime anabolic phase renews each morning. Don't let tomorrow's chance for cellular renewal and muscle support slip away. The impact of following this protein timing approach is both prompt and cumulative. Within days, many seniors experience enhanced energy levels all morning and better appetite control. Within weeks, most observe gains in hand strength and less tiredness during daily tasks. After 3 months, research suggests noticeable preservation or even growth in lean muscle, contrasting with the steady decline seen in those sticking to conventional breakfast habits. I've strictly adhered to this protein timing plan since my early 80s and largely credit it for helping me retain functional strength far beyond what most of my age mates possess. Your avenue to remarkable aging. These 5 foundational morning practices are not intricate health enigmas or high-priced solutions. They are straightforward biological attunements that respect your body's innate rhythms and collaborate with, rather than oppose, the aging journey. My continued independence at 91 is not due to exceptional measures, but to common habits executed with unwavering consistency. Your body possesses the same extraordinary potential for resilience at any life stage when you supply the correct elements at the appropriate moments. The morning period presents your prime window for biological enhancement, charting the course for your entire day and ultimately, the caliber of your aging experience. Each dawn brings a new opportunity to either bolster your body's inherent healing and upkeep mechanisms or to unknowingly undermine them. The decision you make tomorrow morning will either foster your enduring vitality or contribute to the steady deterioration that far too many individuals assume is unavoidable. The strength of these practices is rooted not in their intricacy but in their regularity. Minor science-backed actions performed consistently yield profound transformations over time. The distinction between aging with grace and autonomy and struggling through years of decline often boils down to these vital initial moments of every day. Your future well-being is shaped by the choices you embrace tomorrow morning. Which of these practices will you adopt first? Your voyage to exceptional aging starts with your very next sunrise.